I'm ready.
Becca, did you watch
Hannah,
the Oscars?
I actually didn't. This is the first year in a few that I did not watch the Oscars.
I'm honestly not surprised you didn't watch them because myself was debating if I was going to. I I just have totally lost faith in all of the awards. Is that the right word? Because here's the thing. This year,
In the Academy?
the Academy has lost me. This year has been the worst case of it. Here's when it started. It started when I don't know which one came first. It was either, it could have been the same year, but when Andrew Garfield did not win the Oscar for Tick Tick Boom, I said, this is an outrage. This is an outrage because that was deserved.
You know who won that year?
No, I can't remember. And then also when Elvis was robbed of,
To Be So Fair, though. Everything Everywhere All at Once won almost everything that year. They just
yeah,
stole it all.
yeah, I know, which is an outrage. It's an outrage. Elvis should have won. Andrew Garfield should have won. This year, I mean, we've already established that you and I have very different feeds.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know how much the Oscars and specifically the Oscar nominated films have crept into your feed.
not at all.
Really? Okay, so how much do you know about Amelia Perez?
I don't even know the name.
Never even heard of it?
Is that the movie or a
Okay.
person?
It's a movie. Okay, Amelia Perez first, which award was it, Golden Globes or SAG? I don't know. There was another award show a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago or whatever that Amelia Perez was winning a bunch of awards and so it was getting all this buzz and then clips from the movie were getting flooded online and everybody was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. And there's one specific clip that I'm so surprised you haven't seen because it is literally everywhere and like us both being musical fans, like it's a musical. Us both being musical fans, like it's definitely crept all over my feed. I'm surprised you haven't seen anything about it. There's this one clip of one of the songs that is the most horribly written song I have ever heard. It's like the cadence of it, like the rhythms, the lyrics, like everything about it is terrible. Anybody who has seen anything about Amelia Perez knows exactly what scene I'm talking about. The hello, very nice to meet you. Da, 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 da. It's so bad. It's so bad. So that's when I was like, what is this movie? What's going on here? And then it was winning all of these awards, and everybody's like, this is madness happening right now. It beat Wicked for Best Musical, which we've said our thoughts about Wicked. Wicked truly was an incredible film. Was it the best movie of the year? Probably not. Probably not. But it was 1,000,000% better than Amelia Perez. And I hadn't even, at this point, I had not even seen the movie Amelia Perez. I'd just seen clips of the songs. Okay. Are you still with me?
I'm still with you.
Okay. I'm like, oh, the Oscars are coming up. I should, because I truly believe if you're going to talk about something, you need to have a baseline of what it's about. You need to understand something before you can truly give all of your thoughts. Okay.
Okay?
I was like, I need to watch this movie so that I can give my 2 cents and really share some criticism, not based upon the whole movie itself and not just upon the multiple clips I've seen online, I've seen way more than just that one song. I've seen a lot of the songs, some of the just regular scenes. Anyways, so I was like, okay, I need to watch this movie and see what the heck is actually going on. I turn it on, I start to watch it, and I have to turn it off. Like I
How
can't.
quickly did you turn it off?
It
How
was
many
a little
minutes?
bit. What was you say?
How by in minutes?
I don't know the exact time. It was it was pretty quick, but also like I watched some of the movie. I
But
was like,
like less than half an hour?
yeah,
More than 10 minutes?
maybe 10 to 20.
Okay.
And I was like, first of all, the first like 5 minutes of the movie is just logos upon logos upon logos. Like, anyways, horrible start to a movie. But like,
He goes, get rid of them!
you would have
No more logos!
you would have lost your mind.
Do you know that bit? What is it? Family Guy? Where like he goes to a movie to see the movie and every logo he thinks is the start of the movie
Oh yeah, yeah.
never is.
It was that. So then I'm like, okay, from the beginning, it wasn't terrible, but I could, because I had already seen some things about it, I'm like, okay, I can see where this is going. But it was just getting so, it was just like, so I turned it off. And then a couple days before the Oscars, I was like, I need to finish this movie. I need to actually watch this movie. I couldn't do it. I could not finish it. I watched some more of it, but I was like, I can't.
If you were in a theater and had paid to watch the movie, would you have left?
No, no, because I spent that money. But I was like, I I can't finish this. I cannot finish this. The songs were just like I don't want to make this all about Amelia Perez, but just to say that like it should not have been anywhere near any of the award ceremonies. Period. Like it won. It had two nominations for best original song or whatever that category is called, and two nominations from that movie in that category. One, and then the acceptance speech for that category, she starts randomly singing, and everybody's like, "What's going on? What's happening?"
Was
And
she
it was
singing the song or just
no,
singing
just
just
singing,
random?
random. And it was such like, oh, moving on from Amelia Perez because honestly, like everybody, I have not seen one person who says that they like the movie. So we're just gonna leave it there. But it should not have been anywhere near the award ceremonies. I have not seen all of the movies that were awarded or nominated or whatever. Okay. Um, a big hitter was the Oscar for like best actor went to um is his name Adrian Brody, the guy in The Brutalist. He now holds the world record for the longest speech ever given at the Oscars.
How long is it? 2 hours?
No, it was 5 minutes and 31 seconds.
Oh, I feel like those speeches are always way, way long.
No, they like because they have a timer up in front of them and
Yeah,
it's
they'll
supposed to
just
be like,
start playing the music.
yeah, they played the music and he was like, "No, turn the music off. I'm still talking." They like turn the music off. That's when there were some categories that like didn't even get to fully speak. Like it was like they had like three people coming up to like accept the Oscars and like only one or two of them spoke. There was even one of them where like the mic, I don't know if it was a glitch or if they like turned off the mic, but like the mic was not working when this guy went to go accept or like talk about it. I'm like, that is when Adrian Brody is going on for 5.5 minutes, that's when you just turn the mic off. Just slowly tune it down. Like, because here's the thing, it doesn't matter what he was talking about. Nobody remembers anything that he said. Everybody just remembers that he took 5.5 minutes to say it. And the
Was
best
it
part of
like the regular like, "Oh, thank you, mom. Thank you, producer. Thank you for 5 minutes?"
it was some of that, but then also some of the like he talked about how it's been hard to get there, which I don't know a whole lot about his story. I'm sure he's had some tough times. Who hasn't? But also, he's already won an Oscar before. So I don't know how tough the road has been. Anyways, so there was some of the thank yous, some of the, how did I get here? And some of the like basic like that advice giving type stuff. There was a whole mix of everything. But nobody's gonna remember anything he said. Everybody's just gonna remember that he took 8 years to say it. But the best part about his acceptance speech was that the person who was giving the award, whoever like announces and the winner is, has to stand behind him and wait for them to finish so they all walk off the stage together. Guess who it was?
Was it the host?
No.
Who?
Killian Murphy.
Why?
Man known for just like the most calm man, like doesn't really like to be in press or paparazzi or like anything. Like everybody's like that poor man had to stand there for 5 minutes and wait to get off that stage. Like, it's so funny. Uh, and the last thing I'll say about the Oscars is, well, one of the last things. Wicked, I did not think, again, the Academy Awards. Oh, okay, hold on, hold on. Have you seen all the stuff that people are like, whoever is in the Academy is like people who've won before or have been nominated before. Like that is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Academy. Okay. So people have said, I don't know who, I don't know names, that like in the Academy, they're like, I didn't even bother watching this movie, so I just voted for another one, or like I didn't watch any of the movies, I just picked one, or like Rafe Fiennes was nominated for an Oscar, and people are like, oh, I didn't vote for him because he's already won. He has never won an Oscar. People just thought he already won, so they voted for Adrian Brody, who actually has already won an Oscar. So like those kind of things, like it's just corrupt and it's just completely like it it's so anyways. So
On
like
IMDb, what they did this year, I don't know if they've done it in other years, but when the nominees were announced, they put polls for all of the nominations, so people would go in and vote. And like, cause like for Amelia Perez, the IMDb out of 10 is 5.4 out of 10,
too high.
which means it's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Like a six is okay. A 5 is not a great movie, but you can see all of the like people like, oh, we thought this and this would win, and we thought whatever and whatever, and for which one won? Amelia Perez for I don't know. They just don't match up at all. Like very few of them match.
Yeah. Um Basically Honora ran away at the Oscars. Honora won like all of the awards basically. Which is a movie I have not seen. I It's about a prostitute, but that's all I know.
In
Anyways.
Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role, Honora won, and only 14% of the people guessed that it would win out of all the nominations.
Yeah, I mean, like, so this leads me into like the Wicked nominations. Like, I honestly didn't think Wicked was gonna Wicked might win one or two. I did not think Wicked was gonna win very much because A, like I've already said, I've lost hope in the Academy. The Academy just picks whatever they want with no rhyme or reason sometimes, and it just doesn't make any sense. Or they just flat out just don't watch the movies. If you're in the Academy and you're voting for these, you have to be watching them. Okay? And then second, like also because Wicked, first of all, it wasn't gonna get like any original songs because it didn't have those.
Mm-hmm.
And then it did have like original score or something. And then it had visual effects and it had like set design. I don't know what the official category names are. It did win like the set design one, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, that was deserving because they built everything by hand, and I'm pretty sure Conclave also did that. Like they built the church or whatever. Anyways, so I was like,
Not quite a bullet train, but you know.
yeah. So I was like, they definitely should have won that, but there were some other categories where I'm like, Wicked though should have been up there.
Like
Um,
what?
like, well, okay, so, but like, I don't know. I can't think of off the top of my head. I don't know all the names for the categories. For the set design, I was like, yeah, Wicked should win that, or Wicked or Conclave should win that. And then there was some that I was like, Wicked was in, like it was the sound mixing one or whatever, and I was like, maybe not Wicked. Meh.
Everyone was making fun of the sound.
Yeah, I was like, actually, Wicked's okay not to win that one. But anyways, those are my 2 cents on the Oscars. Um, Conan
We should
O'Brien was the
do
host.
our own Oscars.
We should. I mean, it was just, yeah. Sorry. I wonder how long the Oscars is going to keep going the way that it does with like, I think it needs to be like a qualified group of people judging the Oscars. I don't think it should be like a peer review.
Should be critics.
Yeah, it needs to be critics judging these, not like, oh, I was nominated for something, now I get to judge all Oscars ever. That seems a little whack to me. Is it just me?
I always figured like in the movie business, even if it wasn't like bribes, but I always figured it'd be like, oh, I want to be in so and so's movie, and he knows I'm on the Academy. I'm gonna vote for him for to be like best
Yeah.
director or stuff like that. I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like a peer review. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. But anyways, let's get into we're mostly I mean, we're gonna mix Broadway and movies with what we're actually talking about today, but I feel like there's been a lot of Broadway news lately that I need to catch you up on.
okay, go for it.
First and foremost, one of your faves, Little Shop.
Little Shaw.
Little Shop of Horrors. Do you know who is now the current Audrey and Seymour?
I do not.
I don't think you're gonna know any of these names, but Milo Manheim, I think is how you say his last name. Okay. And and Lily is it Gillies?
Sure.
Liz Gillies. Liz Gillies, not Lily Gillies. That would be crazy. Lily Gillies.
That would be crazy.
Liz Gillies and Milo Manheim are Audrey and Seymour, and I am obsessed. I have not even seen or heard. Well, actually, I heard a clip of Milo singing suddenly, or not suddenly Seymour. Milo singing something. I actually don't even remember what song it was. Anyways, I was like, these two are perfect, perfect for these roles. I love them. I love them so much. Liz Gillies was on Victorious, which I know I don't think you ever watched.
I've seen one episode ever.
And then Milo Manheim, I've never seen him anything, but maybe he was on Zombies. Did you ever see
I
Zombies?
no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. So maybe you haven't seen him in anything either. He was on Dancing with the Stars. Did you watch that season? Okay.
No.
It's fine. Anyways,
I'm looking at pictures of them now, and I have seen them as Audrey and Seymour, but I
mm,
don't know who they are from other
their
things.
like promo press stuff on just the stuff I've seen on Instagram has been really cute and very funny. I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely generating like an audience for Little Shop, even like not saying there hasn't been an audience for Little Shop, but like they are getting people to the theaters. Those tickets are expensive, and that's because those two people are killing the game. They're killing it. Love them. Would go see if I lived in New York.
For how much though?
Oh, I don't know. How much would you spend?
I like, I really do like Little Shop of Horrors. But also, it's like, is it on Broadway or is it
It's
like,
off.
yeah? Should be off. It's always off.
Always off.
But
When
I
will
don't
it be
know.
on? Never. It doesn't even matter though, because like off it's off Broadway. So you're like, oh, tickets would be less expensive. No,
No. There's
no.
less seats. Tickets are more expensive.
Exactly. Limited seats, and you have two incredible casted people for this role. Tickets are through the roof.
Through the roof.
Speaking of tickets going through the roof, Jordan Fisher, he is gonna be the new Christian in the Moulin Rouge. Thoughts?
I mean, sure.
No thoughts. Interesting.
Not really. No thoughts.
I like Jordan Fisher. I don't know. I don't know about him as Christian, you know?
Who do I
It,
know him from?
he's been in every play ever. He's
Yeah,
like,
but what original cast recording do I know him from?
oh, I don't know. He was in the Muppet Haunted Mansion movie. Wait, was he? Actually, don't quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. Actually, I think I'm just picturing him in it, even though he might not have been in it.
I'm looking at his face now and he looks so familiar, but I don't know where from.
He's basically been a replacement casting
He's
for.
in Teen Beach Movie.
Yes, he is in the Teen Beach movie. He was in Hades Town. He was in recent most I don't know if most recently, but he was in Sweeney Todd. He's gonna be Christian. He's been in everything. And him as Christian, okay, so there's that. I'm like, I
A
don't know, but
little weird for Christian, but yeah.
could be good. I don't know. I'd love to see some clips, some slime. But here's the thing. People have been turning the rumor mill. And they're saying that Jordan Fisher's his little they say it's a limited run, but they always say he does a limited run and then he stays for like a long time at some of these shows. So who knows actually how long it's gonna be? But people are like, "Oh, Jordan Fisher's gonna close out Moulin Rouge." What? I don't know how I
But what if Aaron Tveit comes back because he's bored?
bring Aaron Tveit back.
He's been doing that. He's
But
like, you know what? I think I should go back on the road
well,
every other week.
yeah, here's what I say with Aaron Tveit though. He just recently had a kid. So I don't know how likely he is to jump back into a role. Maybe Christian because he's done it so many times and he is Christian. But he just had a baby. So he what I see him doing is some little pop-ups, some events here and there, but like taking some time off for his baby, you know?
Mm,
But people are like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna close out Moulin Rouge. Jordan Fisher's gonna close out Moulin Rouge," which will be sad because it's been there for a long time, and it's kind of one of those like it's one of the funner shows on Broadway, and so like people just go to Moulin Rouge to like have
yeah.
a fun night out sometimes. Which so I will be sad to see it leave Broadway, but you never know. That's just the rumor mill. That's just what the people have been saying. Oh, but also I was wondering, Moulin Rouge is set in France.
France.
Nobody has a French accent, except for like one person, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay. We're talking specifically the play right now.
yeah.
Um, I was thinking, because I was seeing clips of because Gatsby has now gone to the West End. Yay, Gatsby. Um, and I was
Are
just
they
watching
doing
a
it with American accents?
well, this is what I was asking. I was like, are they gonna have American accents on in Gatsby on the West End? Because they have to, right? It's set in America. But then I was thinking like the plays in America that are set in Europe don't have European accents. So I was like,
So, this little thing in movies and shows and stuff, the accents are like they're part of the character. It doesn't have to be like the place. In the movie Les Mis, Nobody has a French accent. Only the
Nobody has.
people, but they have specific people have British accents because they're like the good guys. British accents, American accents, good guy accents. German
Hmm.
accents, bad guy accents. French accents, usually bad guy accents. Like this is the same with plays. French guys are usually creepy in plays.
Well,
So take with that
yeah.
what you will.
This got me thinking about it because I have seen two plays on the West End. One was Wicked, one was Book of Mormon. Book of Mormon is set in America, so they all had American accents, and I saw that one first, so I didn't even realize that they were all had American accents until I saw Wicked. Well, I think I realized it maybe like halfway through or towards the end. I was like, oh shit, wait, I'm in London right now. Well, speaking in American accents. And
I
then,
think what Book of Mormon is more likely to have American accents than other shows set in America because it's kind of a goofy. Oh, they have a song about being in America. Like
yeah,
it's more part of the play, you know?
yeah, it's kind of it's to the plot a little bit that they're from America. But then I also saw Wicked, which isn't really set in a real place, and they all had British accents. So I was like, oh, I did clock it in Wicked, and I was like, wait a second, I'm in London right now.
She goes, "This
So
is really
anyway, that just
taking me out of the play."
yeah, it just got me thinking about things, and I was like, oh, damn. I would love to go see Gatsby on the West End just to see how it's different, and also just to see if they have British accents.
Do you think
But
some
also
of them
speaking
have
of,
British accents and some of them don't?
yeah, the fancy people have British accents. I'd like that. I'm down with
Would it
that.
be like Gatsby does have a British accent and then he like pretends to have an American accent because he's like
Mm, Tom
like
Buchanan definitely has a British
trying to be
accent.
New York, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see. That would be something they could totally play on and like add another layer to it.
Yeah,
Get us in the room. Get us in the room where they talk about these things.
they don't talk about these things.
Yeah, we need to bring it up. We need to
Hey,
talk about these things.
is there a room that we can go in real quick?
Yeah, yeah.
We have some points.
Ugh, it's just I just been thinking about these things. I had one other thing to say about it, but now I've oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Speaking of West End productions, Heathers,
Oh,
Heathers is
did
coming back to
they
Broadway.
have British accents?
No, I'm just saying I thought of it when we were talking about West End because it's coming back to I don't know if it's Broadway or off Broadway, but it's coming back to New York. But the rumor mill has been turning, and I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but word on the street is it's going to be the West End production coming back to New York.
What does that mean? The
There's
West End cast?
no. Like there's some little changes that they made when they took it to the West End.
British accents?
You know, yeah, they're all British. I Say No. I Say No, an iconic song only on the West End. Oof, I would love to see that in person. You know that song?
I can't think of it. I don't listen to the West End one. The only West End one I know is what is the uh what is the JD one that's better West End? Um,
Uh,
whatever.
I don't know.
There's exactly one song I listen to West End and it's one of JD's songs. I can't
You
even
need to
think of it.
listen to I Say No. That song is incredible. It's incredible, Becca. You need to listen to it.
Okay.
That's like my favorite Heather song.
Well, you never did bring it up.
Anyways, okay, shall we actually get on
Yeah,
to
let's jump
today's
in.
let's jump
Let's
in. Let's see if I can figure out my technology really quick. We're doing a tier list. Hopefully you guys can see that. We're doing a tier list of movie musicals, specifically the movie versions of some of these musicals. You can see down below we have 20 movie musicals. We gonna be ranking them. No rules, just ranking. It's pure
no
fun.
no rules, just
No
pure
rules.
fun.
What I mean by that is like in the past we've done rankings where it's like, oh, you can only put two in each category. We're just ranking.
We
We're
put
just
all of
rank.
them in the top tier.
Yeah.
Just now you zoomed in when I zoomed in and I was like, "Oh, can I zoom in? I cannot." So
When did I say zoom in?
You just zoomed in on the camera, on the like with your own thing,
Oh,
and I tried to zoom in at the exact same time, so I thought I could.
I
And
see.
now I'm
I
realizing
see.
I cannot because it's your screen.
Okay. The only thing with this is we do have to agree.
Okay. Are we in agreement? Have to be.
Are we in agreement? For
Of
now.
course.
Okay. So let's just go in order. We're gonna start with Greece.
Greece?
Oh,
I
wait.
love Greece.
Categories are Oscar worthy, because, the Oscar just happened. Will make me, the next down is will make my kids watch this. Next down from that, quality film. It's a good one. And then last tier is wouldn't pick to put it on, but watch. I would say probably. Those
Okay.
are, yeah,
Greece.
Greece.
Getting into it, Greece is a movie that, like, before I saw it, they were like, "You haven't seen Greece? What? How
Wait,
have you
who's they?
lived?" Just like people,
Oh, okay.
you especially you, but with lots of movies, it's
Mhm.
lots of movies you had thought I had seen that I hadn't because you just thought I'd seen every movie you'd seen.
Still to this day, you're surprising me with that.
But Grease especially is because we never watched it because our mom doesn't like it. So we never put it on. But
Here's the
Grease,
thing. I have a different memory of that because I remember Dad loving Grease, even though he doesn't love musicals, and so he would put it on.
well, listen, I Dad doesn't like musicals. He doesn't like when we watch musicals, but he likes Grease. Mom likes musicals, but doesn't like Grease.
Hmm.
So every excuse that he could have an actual excuse to watch Grease, he'd put it on. Like, oh, Becca hasn't seen it. We'll put on Grease.
I
But
see.
like, I think Grease is an excellent movie. Definitely a quality film. Definitely would stand to watch it in the room. Might make my kids watch. I
I
don't
think
think it's
it's
Oscar worthy.
I think it's quality film.
Definitely a quality film. It's like a really good sleepover movie.
Oh, yeah.
Slumber party. Let's put on Grease.
Okay, quality film. Next up we have Labyrinth.
Labyrinth is an interesting pick for this. Just like there's no musical version of it. There's not really it's not really put into like the musical category, but I like it.
Yes.
Labyrinth is excellent and I love every part of it. 100% I would stand in the room. 100% it's a quality film. 1000% I'll make my kids watch it. Is it Oscar worthy? In
Is
my
it?
Oscars, not the Academy. It flopped at the box office,
The
but was
Academy
I
wouldn't
there?
even watch it.
Was I there to be in the box office? No. I wasn't there. I'm putting it in Oscar worthy.
Oh. See, okay, my thing with Labyrinth is, oh, I love the Labyrinth. It's one of our like core family movies. Like,
The core family
oh,
movie.
it's one of those.
There's like
Um,
three, and it's one of those.
yeah. But like on the thing where we have our movies, it has like you can search by category or whatever, and like this pops up in musicals. And I remember one time going, why is Labyrinth in the musical category? And then I was like, there are actually lots of songs.
You're like, why is it in the musical category? And then you're like listening in the car to like
You're
Dance
like,
Magic. You're
oh,
like, ah, perfect.
Dance Magic alone is Oscar worthy. It's so,
I love the music.
guys.
I love the effects. I kind of like the story. I love weird stuff. So says everybody.
Yeah. It's 100% will make my kids watch, but is it Oscar worthy? It's definitely underrated. Is it what makes something Oscar worthy?
If you're like you watch the movie and you're like, wow, or you're like, if you see it in the
Well, give it an Oscar.
you know when you watch a movie, especially if you've been like craving a movie, and then you watch the movie, and then after you're like, "Wow, that was so good! I should watch it again right now." Like,
You want to put this in Oscar worthy?
I kind of do. If you want, we can leave it and then do everything else and then come back to it.
Okay, we'll mull it over.
We'll
La La
mull it
Land.
over. La
Yeah,
La Land. Okay, did you know La La Land is the theme for our prom this year?
cute,
Yeah,
but also tragic. I love those things where it's like my favorite horror movie, and then it's like movies that aren't horror movies, and La La Land is like always in the mix.
I did not hear anything you just said because I just unplugged my headphones on accident.
Have you ever seen the things where it's like, oh my favorite horror movie, and then it's like movies that
Oh,
clear
yeah,
aren't
yeah, yeah.
La La Land is always in there because of the ending. People are like,
When I first saw La La Land, which was very close to when it came out, I watched it by myself. I didn't like it because of the ending. And then I was very vocal about not liking it because of the ending. And then I got over it. Everyone else should just get over it because it's an excellent movie. Just get over it. Watch it again. Watch it with. Just watch it again. I would.
It did win some Oscars.
It also didn't win some Oscars. Okay, La La Land, definitely stand in the room. Definitely quality film. Will I make my kids watch this? It's good enough, but it's not really the like, hey, Johnny boy, sit down. We're watching La La Land. Like,
Yeah, I don't think this will be in my catalog of you have to watch this. I love it. But but maybe it's just quality, you know?
I might be just quality. I do know Ryan Gosling's part, the whole part to A Lovely Night. It took me like a week to learn,
Mm.
but I do know it.
Okay.
That's what I think of every time like they're on it. I'm like
Mm.
doing the little dance, but I'm sitting
The
down because they can't go up on my space.
the score for La La Land, Oscar worthy. The movie La La Land, quality film. Thoughts?
Does that make it and will make my kids watch?
No, I think it's just quality.
Okay, quality film.
Eh.
Quality film, Oscar soul.
Mm. Next up, Singing in the Rain.
Okay. Have you actually watched this movie all the way through?
I think
No, right?
once.
Really? I was once watching this by myself in like the family like in a shared room, in the room next to our kitchen, by myself, but other people were there, and I had watched almost the whole movie. And at towards the very end, like there is this very long, it's probably about 10 minutes, play within the play. It's very long and it's just dancing and there's not singing, there's just dancing for like 10 minutes because it's his like play in the like he's performing in the show. And that's when Hannah walked in and said, "What is this?" And I said, "Singing in the Rain." And I said, "Don't this is like I was like this is not the what the movie is. This is just a little bit in the movie." And then it went on for like another 10 minutes and Hannah was like, do not like this." And she
Mm.
left like right before they had got back to the actual movie. I like Singing in the Rain.
For
Definitely a
what
quality
reason?
film. You didn't watch the rest of the movie. You didn't
I
watch the rest of the movie.
it's so old.
Okay. Everyone everyone I personally know who's like, I don't like old movies, you're watching the wrong old movies. Or you're not watching them properly. Or you're not like, okay, take
How
for
do you watch
example,
it properly?
our little brother Reed. Little brother Reed says, "I hate old movies. I'll never watch a black and white movie, even though he says he's gonna watch every movie that's ever been made, including the bad ones." Which is
Oh,
always his excuse when I'm like, "This is a terrible movie. Why are you watching?" He's like, "I got it. Check it off my list." Which is a terrible, terrible. Anyway, he goes, "I don't like old movies, and I'll never watch an old movie." And I said, we were talking about how Indiana Jones is an old movie. That's an 80s movie. Indiana Jones is from the 80s. We watched Jaws, which is a 70s movie, and he goes, "That was excellent. My new favorite movie." And I go, "Reed, this is an old movie." And he goes, "What?" And I feel like every time I watch a movie that people wouldn't have liked if they had known things about it, it's like that, like old movies. This was not at all what I was trying to say. I like some old movies. I think they're just different movies. Like, I think Casablanca is an excellent movie, but like, I would rather watch other movies. It's a quality film. It's a quality film.
is
It's a
it?
quality film. It is a quality film. I rewatch it. If you cut out all of the like If you made every, I think Singing in the Rain is awesome. I think every song is 30 seconds too long. At least 30 seconds too long. But
If
I
you're
love the dances, and I love the plot, and I love the lines, and it's a quality film, and I watch it all the time.
okay, but if there's a list of 10 movies, are you picking Singing in the Rain?
10 movies depends on the 10 movies.
Okay, if there's a list of 20 of these movies, are you picking to watch Singing in the Rain? You're not.
Probably. Okay,
You're not.
the other day we had a movie night because we had bought ice cream. We're like, oh, we're gonna watch a movie night. We had picked 5 movies that were on the list, and Singing in the Rain was one of them. It
Who's
was
we?
that me, Reed, Sam, and me, and we had all agreed. It was Batman Begins, Singing in the Rain, Princess Bride, something else that I can't remember, and something else that I can't remember. And Singing
Out
in the
of
Rain
those
was on one of
three
them.
that you could remember, Singing in the Rain is number three.
I agree with that, but the
Okay,
fact that it
so
made onto the list with those movies says something. We did end up watching Princess Bride though.
yeah, so you can't put it at quality.
It is a quality film.
We're
It
not
is a
saying we're
quality
not
film.
saying it's bad. We're just saying it's not our top pick.
Okay, here's the dealio. I think here's my problem though. Here's our I think it goes in the wouldn't pick but could watch because I think if I had watched this movie and you stood in, you could not sit through it. You would just give up and leave. But I think it's a quality film, and for this reason, we'll put it
I'm
in the
out.
wouldn't pick but could watch.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
That was a
Next
big
up,
rant that I actually didn't care about. We should cut all of that out.
nope, it's staying in. Next up, Sound of Music.
Love this movie.
Love
Quality.
this movie.
I would make my kids watch this,
Really?
even though, yeah, it's a classic movie. It's a little bit long, but that's fine. Every time I watch it, I forget what happens. Like, usually I forget the whole love story between, like, the actual movie is about them, and I, like, forget about that. I'm like, yeah, and there's dancing, and there's Nazis, and then I
That's the
just
only part I remember is
that's all I forget.
the love
I,
part.
I remember mostly the singing, mostly all the songs, when, like, the kids are playing in their outfits, and she cuts up the curtains, and, like, at the very end, when they sing to leave, that's what I remember, and I forget all of the actual stuff.
I think I feel like as far as musicals goes, this is a classic. Um, I'm gonna put it. Do you think we'll make my kids watch? I don't know if it's Oscar worthy.
I will put make my kids watch.
Yeah. Considering both of us forgot parts of the movie, can't be Oscar worthy.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a 3 hour long movie when there was like no 3 hour long movies being coming out.
Yeah, there was a lot to it. Next up, Cinderella. The Roger and Hammerstein Cinderella.
I I like this movie. This is a movie that we had on VHS, I think. I swear I've only seen it on our old box TV,
Yeah.
which I feel like just adds to the vibe.
Yeah.
It's a quality film, 100%.
The
Not Oscar
song?
worthy.
No, but I think I'd make my kids watch it.
Would I make my kids watch it though? I don't think I
The
would.
songs in this movie,
Songs are classic.
oh, they're so good. And also, just like the casting choices in this movie, iconic.
I love. I think it was a reel or something you sent me. Where like this movie was so good, like you didn't even realize that like the families don't make sense, and like all these
Mm,
errors, and they're
the
like
dad is white, the
so
mom
good you
is
didn't even
black, the
notice.
kid is Asian. What's going on? But it's so good.
So
It's
good you don't
so
even
good.
notice.
Are we
I
gonna make our kids watch this?
I'm gonna make my kids watch it. That's it.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So, Mean Girls, the movie musical.
Wouldn't pick, but could watch.
What?
One
That's
hundred percent. 100%.
it's crazy.
When we left the theater, what did I give it? A 5 out of 10? I would not rewatch this movie.
I think you definitely rated it higher than a 5 out of 10.
Well, we know my ratings are arbitrary.
I want to say it was definitely at least a 6. It might have been 6 point something.
Maybe six is still okay. Six is passable, as I've
Here's the
said in
thing
this
though.
episode previously.
2024 was a rough year for movies, and this was one of the best ones of 2024.
Now say that sentence again, but on my side. That also works for my argument. Like if 2024 had not been a rough year of movies, this would not be in the top. I like Renee Rapp, and I
Yeah.
like some of the songs, and I like some. There were some choices that I liked in the movie that I thought were better than even the musical, but it's not a movie I would ever put on again. And if I came into the room and someone was watching, I'd be like, "Why are you watching this?"
Is this is your Singing in the Rain?
Okay, fine. Wouldn't pick this one.
Because it's the same thing for Singing in the Rain, just opposite.
Yeah,
I think it's a quality film. I love this movie, and you're like, I wouldn't pick this up.
I'm gonna
So,
get some hate for that because I have at least two friends who's their favorite movie of all time.
whoa.
The newest Mean Girls, and you're wrong. I'm sorry.
All right. Next up, Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman. It's a great movie, but I do think it's overrated.
Oh.
I would watch it again. I would not make my kids watch it. It's not Oscar worthy for sure. Is it a
Being
quality
developed
film?
into Broadway production. I'm surprised it took them this long.
I mean, moneymaker, you know.
I think it's a quality film.
Yeah, quality film.
When this movie came out, it was like the biggest
It was
movie
the
ever.
stuff.
Yeah.
We
All right.
I watched this movie in theaters for our mom's birthday, and I remember not being able to tell if the songs were good, especially when what's her face, the like opera singer, when she sang
Uh,
her song and nobody there's like a bit of silence before they do a standing ovation. I was like, was that good or was that bad? I couldn't tell. And then they stood up and like, oh, it was good.
I think it's quality. The movie's quality. The songs are quality. It's a quality film.
Yeah.
Hairspray.
Is this the new
Hair?
one?
Yes.
Okay.
Hairspray is one of the movies that when we went to our grandparents' house, she had like a stack of DVDs. This was on that stack, and I
That
always
that
put it on.
is an iconic stack though.
It is.
It's got SpongeBob ripped his pants, Master of Disguise. What else did it have?
I don't
Hook.
remember.
Hook.
Look,
These were
this is on
movies
that
I
stack.
only watched at Owen Opa's house.
I Hairspray when looking at that stack, Hairspray was always at the top of my list. And other people would be like, "We're not watching Hairspray again." I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. I
"But it's so
remember
good." Zac
because
Efron?
because we watched it so many times, but I was kind of littler, and then we'd leave, and it was just like when we were there, we'd watch it. I kind of remember there being like 10 million plots to the movie. Like every time I would rewatch it, I'd be like, this is way different than how I remember it. Because I would remember like just one part of it and thought that was the whole 3 hour long movie.
Mm,
It's a good movie. It's a quality
is it three
film.
hours?
This is another good sleepover movie. Like, not sleepover, like
Yes.
slumber party movie.
Yes. I
Not
think
Oscar
it's
worthy. Quality
it's
film.
quality. It's quality. Oh, you guys. Hairspray is a movie that like won't watch like obviously watched it a lot when I was younger. Won't watch for a while and then I'll go back to it and be like, Hairspray is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, In the Heights.
In the
Specifically the
Heights.
movie
The
version,
movie.
Becca.
I this is I you know I like the Broadway songs better. But the movie is pretty good. And I do like the movie. I have only seen it well, I've seen the beginning 3 times, but I've only seen the whole movie once,
Hmm.
which might influence. I think it's okay. I won't make my kids watch it. Is it a quality film? Not compared to the other four that we have in that category.
You know, I think I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. The only thing I don't agree with is I think the movie songs are better.
Yeah, that it's your that's okay.
We
That's fine.
always fight about Blackout.
No,
I love the
no.
movie version. She loves
If
the play version of
we both
Blackout.
like one specific part that's only in one version, and if they were just both, they're not even like
Mm.
parts that go over each other or that would change. If they were just
Yeah.
both in the song together, we'd agree.
Yeah. I think In the Heights is so good. Um, it's here's what it's got the dancing, it's got the choreo, it's got the songs. But like, yeah, I don't think I would ever be like, oh, let's watch Into the Heights. Like it would never just pop into my head of like, oh, let's put this movie on.
This is a movie I'd probably only watch, like, when you get like a craving for a movie where like, "Ah, I just have to watch this." I feel like
Yeah.
that's when I would watch In the Heights.
So is it wouldn't
Wouldn't
pick?
pick, but could watch.
Okay. Into the Woods.
This movie, before I had seen it, I would, in our household, it would get talked about a lot because our dad thinks it's the worst movie ever, possibly ever.
And mom. Dad and mom.
And mom, yeah. Dad's more vocal about it.
Whenever I want to like rile my mom up a little, be like, "Oh, we're gonna put on Into the Woods," and she'd be like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah. But when I watched it, I watched it by myself because I they were like gonna make fun of it, and then they came in and they were like, "What are you watching? Why are you watching this?" Like, I think
I
it's
think I think Into the Woods the movie is good because the story of Into the Woods is a specific kind of story where they're playing it's like mashing all these fairy tales together. It's like not supposed to be this like super dramatic or like super funny. It's kind of a mash of everything. So like to put a movie together that is like that, like if you're watching the play, it's kind of like a big old jumble mash, and I feel like that's what the movie is.
I
Am
think
I
the
wrong for
movie
that?
is the best version of Into the Woods that it could get. It's got the perfect vibe. Is it Oscar worthy? No. Would I make my kids watch it? No. Is it a quality film? But like there are some bits that I think people make fun of that I think are the perfect version. Like Agony, the song, people make
Oh,
fun of that in the movie, but I'm like, that's
still
actually
good.
it's actually good. You
Yeah.
did you actually watch it? Like this is
Agony, love Agony. Best part about this movie though, is Anna Kendrick.
it's pretty good. I
And we'll let you sit with that.
okay.
Next up, we have Wicked.
I will say though for Into the Woods,
Oh,
the beginning song Into the Woods, Into the Woods, the song Into the Woods, that
yeah.
gets stuck in my head a lot. And I never ever listen to it. I never ever watch the movie. It just gets stuck like on the way, and it's like a very annoying song to have stuck in your head, especially if you
Yeah.
only have
A
one
long
part of
one,
it.
too. Long
Ugh.
one. Okay, Wicked did
Um,
win an Oscar.
I would 100% me wouldn't pick but could watch. But I know you disagree.
That's crazy. That is crazy, Becca. I watched this, I think, 2 days ago. Who?
I've seen this movie like 2.5 times. Uh, but it's okay. I
Becca,
like it.
I think, okay, no, but okay. Okay. Think of this as in terms of all of the movie musicals, like this is top tier movie musical
For
material.
movie musical material, it's pretty good. As like a movie, as like, oh, you know what I would love to watch right now? Never, I would never pick Wicked.
What?
I would just never pick it. Like,
See,
if someone was, if imagine, here's the scene: me and friends on the couch. You're there too. We're all just hanging out. Oh, let's watch a movie. What do we pick? We're scrolling
Wicked.
through our movies, and I'm scrolling through it. We're like, oh, do you want to watch this? Oh, this, whatever. We've got my finger. Have you been in? You know how I do like the fingers, whatever.
Mm.
I've got the fingers, whatever. And then, oh, we would only ever watch Wicked if someone was like, Wicked, we have to watch Wicked. If they were just like, oh, Wicked, nope, not even a finger. That's getting skipped right by.
Here's the thing.
But if someone was like crying, I would watch Wicked.
I did cry in Wicked. I cried. I cried and I'll cry again. And but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think the media is influencing you right now. I think Wicked is is amazing, and the fact that like Wicked as the Broadway is its own phenomena that they then had to make the movie for, okay? People have been wanting this for years. They translated it so well to film. Like like one of the best translations from play to film, I think there is. So I think it has to be Oscar worthy or will make my kids watch.
Oscar worthy? No. Okay. Here's my I do like Wicked. I do think it's an okay movie. I like bits about it. Like it's quirky. It's got like specific details I really like, and that really adds to the movie. And I also think the media is influenced me. I think the only media I've got about it is this is the best movie ever or this movie sucks to watch it.
It's
I think
so
influences.
it's in danger of becoming uh what's the word I'm looking for? What is where like it's better people think it's better than it is?
Overrated?
Overrated. It's in danger of becoming overrated because everybody and their sister and their mother are like, Wicked is my whole personality. Okay, Wicked is good, but you need to stop.
That's why I'm like, it's overrated, but it's also underrated. It's overrated for all the wrong things.
Yes. Yes. Wicked, okay. Wow, I don't even know how to describe this because the mass popularity of Wicked right now is because a lot of people are discovering Wicked for the first time ever, and they think
Yes.
that this movie is what Wicked is, when it is not. Wicked has been a foundation of Broadway for years and years and years, and it's like it is like when you think of Broadway anthems, like Defying Gravity is a pivotal thing, and so like the Broadway girlies have been like Wicked is a pillar, but now the mass people are like, Wicked is so good. Everything Wicked, Wicked, Pink and Green. I love it so much. And so now everybody's like, ugh, well, we don't like that. So Wicked, I guess, is not so good. When really, the translation that they have made from Broadway to screen is actually incredible for what they have done.
I'm agreeing with all your points, but I'm also agreeing with all of mine. As a compromise, I will accept quality film.
Oh, here's the thing. Sound of Music is not better than Wicked. It has to be at least will make my kids
Sound of
watch.
Music is not better than Wicked.
It's
Sound of
not.
Music is better than Wicked. Sound of
No,
Music is better than Wicked.
no. Is Cinderella better than Wicked?
I don't know. I think
Mm.
Cinderella and Wicked are two very different movies with very different vibes, and for very different reasons they're good.
It,
No, nuh-uh. Put it in
it,
quality film.
no, it has to go
Put
up
it in
here.
quality film, or I'm gonna pick wouldn't pick but could watch. Put it in quality film.
Mm. How about let's revisit like Labyrinth?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Mm.
Much more charged about Wicked than Labyrinth, but it's
Tick
whatever.
Tick Boom.
Tick Tick Boom is an excellent movie, and I've seen it many times. Tick Tick Boom is a movie that I have shown my friends who dislike musicals and who dislike Broadway, because I'm like, oh, this is a movie that is a good movie, and they all didn't like it because it was a musical. So I'm like, oh, but it's like not a musical. It's like a movie. And they're like, nope, it's a musical. Gets me though.
I I didn't even realize at the beginning of this film when we were talking or episode when we were talking about Oscars, I brought up how Andrew Garfield was robbed. Wasn't even thinking about this tier list. I was purely thinking about the Oscars, but he was robbed. He should have gotten an Oscar for his performance in this movie.
I think Tick Tick Boom is definitely a quality film. Might make my kids watch. It's a really, really good movie, and I love rewatching it. I don't think it is a classic, but I think it's a really good movie.
I think it's quality.
Yeah.
Okay, Hamilton,
Okay, the movie Hamilton.
the movie,
Okay,
which is the play,
it is.
but
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
this is a similar to Wicked. Okay, I have liked Hamilton since very soon, months after the show came out on Broadway was when I got into it. And I have loved Hamilton for years and years. But when the movie came out, first I was excited because it was like, oh, it's just a recording of the play. That's sweet. That's what I want to see. And then everyone and their dog found out about it, and it just became overrated. Hamilton is overrated now,
Agreed. Agreed.
but also it's so good.
But
I
would
have
I put it on? Would I put it on?
I put it on the other day. We were in a group of people. What was it? It was probably on Valentine's Day or right after that. We were in a group of people and then we were doing other things. We were like, let's put on a movie while we're doing these other things. And we argued about what movie to play. And then I said, no, we're actually watching Hamilton. And
Okay,
me
but
and another
wait,
other person
pause.
were like, no, we are watching Hamilton.
Pause right there. You put it on as a background movie,
No,
correct?
can listen to the rest of the story.
Okay,
We
sorry.
put it on, and then once we started the movie, nobody finished the thing that we were doing. We all just performed Hamilton in front of the TV.
Mm. Okay, oh, no, that actually still plays into my point. It's not about the movie. It's about the music.
Yeah. This is why, okay, I think it's excellent. I wouldn't put it like quality film. Is it a quality film?
I
It's
don't think so.
quality
I don't think so.
film. Where are you thinking? Because I feel like this is ending
Wouldn't
up in
pick.
the wooden pick.
Wouldn't pick.
Put it in the wooden pick. I'm agreeing with that. Even though I love Hamilton, but it's
Mm,
because of a quality film.
yeah. Next up, we have Little Shop,
The movie,
the movie.
okay. I love the movie. I love the play. They're different. They have different endings,
Mm.
and they have slightly different songs. But I really like the movie. I 100% it's a quality film. One most likely will make my kids watch. This is one of my favorite movies to watch. Like, oh, I can't think of anything to watch. Little Shop of Horrors. This would be a good slumber party movie as well. Probably not for your group, I don't think, but like
With
my
you,
group,
you and me, I'd slumber.
slumber
Slumber.
party. I
I
also think this movie I have such a like an awesome memory of watching the different ending without realizing it that I just think the movie is better than it is. I do think the movie is better than it is, but I also
mm,
love it so much.
yes. I'm agreeing with you like you've hyped it up better than what it is. But like to me, like I don't love it as much as you do, but I feel like it's above quality.
It's a classic, but in like a different way. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Cinderella, but in a different way.
Yes.
We'll make my kids watch.
Okay. Okay. West Side Story,
Which one?
the new one.
The newest movie.
Yeah.
I really like this movie. I have seen it multiple times. I like the new music. I love the choreography. I've seen it multiple times, but every time I've watched it, it's because I was craving West Side Story. I've never been like, oh, what's a good movie to watch? West Side Story? It's always been
So
like,
you'd never pick it,
well,
is
listen,
what I'm
it's
hearing.
always like I'm thinking about it all day long, and I'm like, I'm going home and watching West Side Story, and nobody's stopping me. That's when
Hey,
I watch it.
I'm
And
stopping you.
this is one of the movies where I said where I was like, oh, it's so good, I just want to watch it again. This is one of those movies where I'm like, that was so good. Let's just 3 hours. I've got 6 hours. Let me just play it again. But I also think I love tragedies, and that's just playing right into it. I think it's quality film.
No.
This is a quality film. This is
No,
a
it is
quality
not.
film. It
Let me tell you why
is.
it's not quality. Let me tell you why it's not quality. Everybody knows the story already. I'm not surprised at all. There's no
What do
surprise
you
while
mean?
watching this movie.
Yeah. So it's based off of Romeo and Juliet. It's literally the most famous story.
Yeah, so it's overdone. I've seen it, I've heard it. And also just like the songs are not not my favorite.
I disagree so strongly. I have,
I would, you had to, you had to make me watch this movie.
yeah, I did.
So it cannot be
Quality film.
quality.
Quality film.
No!
I have songs not from the original, not from the movie, but from this movie in my playlist. The songs. Well, to be fair, I also have songs from the movie and the play, but I have songs from this one.
I I would rather watch Singing in the Rain.
I believe that.
So
But I think it's such a quality film. Okay, fine, whatever. Put it wouldn't pick.
I was
I am
stressed.
surprised of this how this tier list has gone because I thought it would be the reverse, where we would
Me
think
too.
everything was so awesome.
Yeah.
But this is nice. We've got a good pyramid going on
This
here.
is why I was like, we need to make the categories really specific. Otherwise, we're just gonna be like, this is great.
Yeah, this is
I
a
love
great
this.
movie. Double SS tier.
Yeah.
Triple S.
All right, next up we have Phantom of the Opera
This is a
movie.
movie I have seen bits of it, but I've only ever seen it all the way through one time, and that was with you. I think this is another slumber party movie, excellent music, excellent story. I think it's just a quality film though.
What?
I I
There's a lot of talk about Gerard Butler.
can we
There's a
pause and
lot of,
pause for 1 second?
oh,
The
okay.
last four movies that you've put in, besides the two that we set aside, are your four favorite movies ever.
Didn't mean to do it that way.
Just a note.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Gerard Butler?
So crazy. People have things to say about Gerard Butler. They're like, he can't sing. He ruined the movie. I disagree. I think he's a good Phantom.
I
I
have
think it's fine.
no qualms with him. He's fine. He's okay.
I don't think this is Oscar worthy, but I will make my kids watch this.
Really?
Yes.
But I really want to put it with all the other sleepover movies.
Is that quality? Are the quality films a
Well,
sleepover movie?
I want to put it in the quality film.
You're telling me you're not gonna make your kids watch Phantom of the Opera? Phantom of the Opera, I went on and on about about how Wicked is like a pillar. Phantom of the Opera is built pillar. Okay? Phantom of the Opera is the most iconic Broadway show ever.
You're kind of
Ever.
convincing me. You were kind of convincing me. I would probably make my kids watch it.
So,
Put it in with my
okay.
kids watch. I'm loving how but of all of our things that we've disagreed on, we've actually convinced each other every single time or made a compromise. We've not just like in other tier brackets or in other things we've disagreed on, like we just are like you're wrong and you're wrong. But this is like we've convinced each other.
Are
We
we
are
gonna
in agreement.
maybe?
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Next up, we have Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge, excellent. I like Moulin Rouge. I've watched this movie many times. This is another sleepover movie, but in a different vibe.
Oh.
This is a girls' night movie.
I'll just say right off the bat, I think this is Oscar worthy.
Oscar worthy? Okay, 100% I would stand it. 100% is a quality film. I would probably make my kids watch it. Is it Oscar worthy? I okay, you convinced me.
I
Oscar
didn't
worthy.
even need to say anything. That's when you knew in your heart. You knew in your heart it was Oscar
I was
worthy.
trying to like in my mind I disagree, but then I was like, why? Why do I disagree? I can't think of a reason.
It's so good.
I love
I
every part of the
oh,
movie.
I may have seen this more than any movie ever. Second is probably Clue,
Yeah.
and then Mamma Mia, probably. Probably.
It's just a real good movie. I love
All
watching it.
right. Mamma Mia,
Mamma
number
Mia,
one.
100% could stand. 100% quality film. 100% would make my kid watch. Is it Oscar worthy? Uh, I'm hesitant to put it in the Oscar worthy because it's kind of like a cheesy like chick
You're
flick.
hesitant to put it in because it's like a feel-good fun movie,
Yeah,
which
that's why I'm hesitant.
which people are like Oscars is for the drama. It's for the like
Which
commitment
is
to the film.
we have pointed this out when I have rated movies that I rate them differently based on because I'm like, oh, like Dune has more to live up to than
Mm.
Mamma Mia, or like
Oh, speaking of Dune, they were also robbed at the Oscars.
ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
You know what movie did not make the IMDb 250? Amelia Perez. So
I haven't even seen Dune, and I know they were robbed.
it was a great movie.
Yeah. Anyways, you were saying?
What was I saying? I like there's different expectations. I will say Clue is my number one most watched movie ever. Mamma Mia is my number two. 100% it's my number two because I can't think of a third. It goes Clue, Mamma Mia, and then probably a Christmas movie.
Okay, okay, okay. Forget this tier list for a second. What are you saying is an Oscar-worthy movie? Like what is the criteria?
I said before, you watch the movie and you're like, oh, that was
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
But also, like, there are some movies that I think are really, really awesome that are poor quality that would make me rate them less, even though I love them equally to a higher quality movie.
Yeah.
This is why I'm hesitant on Mamma Mia. 100% I'll make my kids watch it, but can I make that jump to Oscar worthy? I don't know. I think you gotta convince me.
Here's the thing. I don't know where I'm gonna put it either.
Shoot.
It's
Ah,
definitely top Oscar or will make my kids watch, but like I'm trying to think of what I think an Oscar-worthy movie is. Like, why is Moulin Rouge Oscar-worthy and Mamma Mia isn't? I think it's
more feels.
yes, Moulin Rouge. I cry every time I watch it. Mamma Mia is purely like a feel-good movie to me. But does that make it less than Moulin Rouge? I don't think so. But is it like, does it hold as much weight? Is that the right word?
I think that's what we're talking about.
I think it might just be will make my kids watch.
I agree.
Okay. Love, but say la vie.
So Lobby.
Les Mis.
Okay, Les Mis, 100% would watch. 100% quality film. 100% would make my kids watch. This movie, we saw the actual Broadway show. We paid lots of money to go see the actual Broadway show. What was it on? I haven't seen it on Broadway, but we watched it at our local Broadway.
Still considered
And then
Broadway.
after we were like, this I would rather watch the movie cuz the
It was
movie's
so
so good.
movie. I'm gonna say it's Oscar worthy.
I agree.
Oh,
Although
chills.
I do think it's Oscar worthy. We do on our regular rewatch skip big
Just the beginning.
just the first hour and a half.
Hey, hey, we're just getting to the meat.
I usually watch until he tears his papers up and then I skip
Oh,
to Marius.
yeah, we just want to see when they're older. We just we want the love story. Just kidding. I
Where's
want the love story.
Marius? What is
Yeah.
all of this losing teeth and like
Les
sadness?
Mis is so good because it's another pillar. It's another Broadway pillar. The songs, the way they did the movie, how they everything is sung live. Oh, makes it 10 times better in my opinion. I know Becca disagrees, but I think it makes it better. And the fact that
The
they
problem is I mostly agree with you. I just have little things I disagree. I'm like, oh, this could have been better if they recorded it, even though the rest is so good.
and the fact that they put Broadway talent into the movie, Aaron Tveit, it's another just bump up for the
That
film.
I think is the number one reason why a live recording is better, because it forces you to get actual good singers.
Mm. People have people say so about Russell Crowe. I think it's fine. I like it. Stars is one of the best songs.
I think it's pretty
Sue
good.
me.
I will say, I'm told he went to a different. I don't know if this is legit. This is my some information that hasn't been fact checked that I've just believed that during when they were making the movie, while everyone else was going to their usual coach or whatever, he went to a different voice coach every day. And voice coaches are like notorious for teaching very differently. So I
I've
think
never
that
heard this.
like I I don't know if it's real. I just been hurt. Could be misinformation. Could be
Yeah.
legit. But like in
Something
my
to look
mind,
into.
that was like, oh, he's that's fine. Maybe he got confused. I don't know.
Just confused. All right, we're back to our two that we were debating.
Let's do okay. Labyrinth. 100% will make my kids watch. Is it
Hmm.
Oscar worthy?
Is it Oscar worthy?
Here's my thing. It's got that like, oof, such a good movie vibe, but it's also a feel good movie. But I don't think that its feel goodness stops it from being an Oscar worthy. Like it has the potential, even though Mamma Mia we've decided didn't. But is it Oscar worthy? It's it's pretty good.
My vibe, I've been mulling it over. I have been thinking about it, and I think it is Oscar worthy.
I think it is.
The Goblin King. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whoop.
Something before I die is I want to be Sarah in her big white ball gown and have a Goblin King next to me.
He's got a real good mask. I do
Yeah.
love the mask.
All right, Wicked.
I'll give you quality film.
My kids are watching Wicked.
Nope, nope. They're getting quality film or nothing.
You're telling me when you
I
have
would
kids,
not make my kids watch this.
okay, but let me set the scene for you.
I'm,
Your kids come to you and they're like, "Mom, what is Broadway?
what is what?
What is Broadway?" And you tell them. And then they say, "Well, like, what are the what but like and they
What
go,
my kids
"Well,
sound like.
like what shows are Broadway?"
What shows? Shows? I'm fine telling them shows. But all of those Moulin Rouge, Les Mis, Mamma Mia, Phantom, all the shows that are above, that are in the Oscar worthy and make my kids will watch.
I can't believe this is
Hamilton,
going in
which is
I
in the
can't,
wooden pick.
I can't believe this is going in quality.
Quality film. That you're lucky to get that.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
We've got a nice tower going on here. Like
Yeah.
it's built good. I'm
Yeah.
worried. It's
Hey,
nice.
I'm not mad at this at all. There was some
Ah.
there was some debates.
You know how I was like, oh, we've convinced everybody of everything? Wicked? No. Neither one of us are convinced.
Neither one of us are convinced.
Everything
There
else, though, was very good.
there was some compromise, but there was a lot of convincing and some compromise. But overall, I'm satisfied. I'm surprised. Period. I'm surprised.
There are some surprising elements. I
I'm
didn't think we'd
surprised.
rate Little Shop that high. I didn't think we'd rate Hamilton that low.
I didn't
But
think
like,
you'd let me put Cinderella that high.
no, I liked Cinderella.
Okay, see, I'm surprised. I learn something new about you every day, Becca.
It's true.
Mm.
You
This has been fun.
you've said a lot. Like, oh, I learned something new about you every day, Becca. Or oh, Becca, you crack me up. I don't ever feel that way about you. Like I'm never not you crack me up, but I'm never like this is new information about Hannah to me. Never.
You just know everything about me.
I figured it
Our
out.
our cousin, um, our cousin Machi, who I hang out with all the time and go to Disneyland with all the time. Like the past three Disneyland trips, I'll like say something like randomly, and he'll just be like, "I would have never thought. I would have never thought you say that." Like,
He
like
knows you longer and more than me.
yeah, but like last time we were in this like collectible pin shop, and there was some Scream stuff, and I was like, I love Ghostface. I'm obsessed with Ghostface. And he was like, really?
See, I knew that.
Yeah, Becca didn't know that. Becca knows everything about me.
We're like this.
Like, yes. Becca does crack me up, and she doesn't get it, but she's so funny.
Everyone, it's like there's got to be something when everyone uses the exact same phrase. It's
Well,
Becca, you kill
okay,
me, and then
here's
they
the thing
don't
though.
elaborate.
Here's the thing though, like I think you and I just like our humors are so in line. Like one of us can do one. I was thinking to the last time I was at your house and I was like supposed to be leaving, and then one of us did something and we were both like peeing our pants like on the floor laughing. Like it's just like this weird same like vibe, sense of humor thing. Anyways, are we in agreement?
We
Turns out
are
pretty much.
surprisingly yes. This
All right.
this was a good episode. This was better than our actual Broadway tier list.
Yeah. Yeah, we will be doing this again. Um, Let us know if you want to see any specific
Yeah.
categories.
Let us know if you disagree. Let us know if you're on my side and West Side Story is a quality film.
And let me know if you're on my side and Wicked should get an Oscar. Robbed. Robbed. All right. All right, Becca.
Adios. See you
See
later.
you, man. Goodbye.
Bye.